Hey guys,
Hi, everybody.
and welcome to the Nerdy Archives.
Yeah, welcome. I don't think you're gonna want to stay around for very long.
It's been a rough one, guys.
Dude,
Um, yeah, it's been rough.
the worst fucking week of my life.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's
been rough.
saying something. Also,
That's saying something.
before we get into it, how do you feel about the new model?
It's adorable.
Aren't I cute?
So cute.
Thank you. Anyway, yeah, I get bored. All right, you guys get used to it. I change bottles like at least 3 times a month. Get over it.
Yeah, it's true.
Get over it. I think this one's gonna stick for a while though. I say that now. I need to stay off websites.
Yeah, you do.
that's that's all I can say. All
So,
right.
welcome, guys. This is affectionately also known as the shit show.
Which this week is definitely name deserved.
Yes. This week, on top of our mental health check-in, which will be just so full. Um, we're gonna be doing Amy Reed's My OC Doris's little snippets. I have little snippets, and we're also gonna do a little bit of not so much a game, but like we're gonna decide like what like Doris sounds like and what Rita sounds like, and yeah, we're just gonna have fun with it. We're gonna have fun with
Yeah.
it.
I hope you
We
guys are
need fun.
prepared to hear me stutter constantly.
Yes, I'm ready.
I hate it. I
I
hate
love it.
that you do this to me.
You agree to it.
I know. I know.
Alrighty. So guys, buckle in, get yourself a snack. This is a big week. It's been a big week. Lots of feelings.
Too
Um,
many.
too many feelings. Intense feelings. So as always, I will make Amy go first.
Ah! Okay.
Buckle in, guys.
Oh my fucking. Where the fuck do I even start?
Usually you start with the beginning of a week, but like,
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys didn't watch last week, I said that my brother called and confessed something. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Privacy is stupid. I'm just gonna fucking go out and say it. If drug talk is like a trigger warning for you guys, please skip. I don't know to
yes,
win. I'm
yes.
just saying. Um, so yeah, what he called to tell me is that he had a cocaine addiction and that he wanted to stop, right? I already knew.
Right.
I know it sounds really shitty of me that like I already knew and I didn't do anything. My brother's the kind of person that you cannot tell him anything. He
Yeah,
will not listen to you no matter what.
right.
So that was Saturday. Uh so Tuesday, no, I'm sorry,
Mm,
Monday my like Shane wanted to come over
mhm.
and he was like, never mind, I don't have gas money. So like he was trying to bait money out of me, right? I wasn't
Yeah.
budging because like, dude, I'm not gonna help you get out here when I work tomorrow. Like, I'm good. Well,
Right.
he ended up coming out on Tuesday anyway, right after Mike's mom left from cleaning. Um, so he told me he was just gonna come over and like hang out for a little bit, right?
Mhm.
No, that did not happen. It led to him sleeping on my couch, violently throwing up,
Right.
and like going to the bathroom like every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Which I did not get any sleep that night because I am a very, very, very light sleeper. So like the slightest sounds wake me up. So like between
Mhm.
my dogs freaking out that he was there because like they don't like him
Yeah.
and him like constantly closing doors and stuff, I woke up. And then um Wednesday he left
Mhm.
to go to the hospital, but Wednesday was also my mom's birthday.
Mhm.
So after work, after he left, after work, I went to the cemetery with my grandma to put like balloons and flowers, like I do every year.
Yeah.
And then he texted me like, "Hey, do you want to do something for like?" something for mom's birthday? I would love to. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know what to do. Well, what the fuck are we even gonna do? Like, I already went to the cemetery. I really don't want to go with you because you're gonna make it a big deal. Like, him and my other brother, it's been 5 years. I do miss my mom,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to make it like a whole big
Yeah.
ordeal.
Yeah, I get that.
So after I'm done at the cemetery, I take a fucking nap because I'm exhausted.
Oh yeah.
Between listening to him saying like he doesn't want to die, like he needs to go to the hospital and like all this shit. Like I offered plenty of times to take him to the hospital, but he
Mhm.
was like, "No, Jess is gonna take me." So like he drove home. Like what the fuck was the point of you driving home
Right.
if you wanted to come back out? Anyway, I took a nap and he texted me and I woke up at like 8:45. Because
Hmm.
like I worked the next day too, but like I was so exhausted I couldn't.
Yeah.
So he texted me and I didn't respond because I was sleeping. And then he texted me at like 9 and was like, "Hey, can you come to grandma's? Like I'm gonna stay the night at grandma's. She's gonna take me to the
Right.
hospital tomorrow." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever, I can do that."
Yeah.
So he stays the night at my grandma's, and then we are on Thursday now.
Mhm.
This isn't even fucking work related. I have work related
Right.
shit to talk about too, Jesus. But
It's all right.
so Thursday rolls around and he texts me at like 2 and was like, "I'm confused." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Grandma's not gonna take me. She doesn't drive freeway." So I'm like already
Right.
kind of like I'm pissed at my grandma because like why the fuck did you tell him that you would
Right.
take him but you're not gonna take him? And then he's like, "Can I come over?" I'm like, "I mean, like, I guess, but like I'm working, so you're gonna have to be quiet. Like Mike and I are in meetings all day."
Yeah.
So he finally showed up around 4, and my grandma was just like, "Thank you for taking him home." I'm like, "I really don't fucking want to. Like, I have no choice."
Right.
And like, he is bad. He is in bad fucking shape.
Yeah.
So it took me 2 hours to take him home, which it's normally a 45-minute drive. But of
Mhm.
course, with traffic and like construction and shit. But I had to stop like literally every 3 fucking minutes for him to get out of my car to pee or puke.
Yeah.
And he wanted to pee in a parking lot instead of actually like going into a fucking facility like a normal human being. Um, I bought him two mega gulp slushies within the span of from Williams Lake Road, like the one next by
Mhm.
Elizabeth Lake Road,
Yeah.
to the one that's over off of like Union Lake Road and
Oh my God.
Richardson.
Jesus.
He drank both like one in the span of that distance, and then he drank the other one. So like, and I had to stop again. And I'm on Grand River now because like fuck 96, like that shit
Mm.
was awful. So I'm on Grand River and he's like, "I want orange juice." So I stop and get him a huge, and I mean like the biggest bottle of orange juice I can find, like one that you don't drink in a day.
Right. Yeah, like the jug.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
bought him a total of 4 Mountain Dews, like 24 ounces, two fucking Gatorades, and he drank them all on the
Damn.
way.
Shit, dude.
So like I took it like he's obviously severely dehydrated. Like he needs to go get an IV to like give him
Yeah.
fluids.
Yeah.
So I take him back to his house. I let his dogs out. I go get him yet another drink. I come back. I take his dogs out again. And then like he was just laying in Jess's like their bed. I felt so fucking guilty
Yeah.
leaving him there. But I was supposed to go into the office on Friday. Keyword supposed to.
Mhm.
I was supposed to go into the office Friday. So, like, it's already 7. I have an hour drive back. I still need to eat and I need to take a shower. And then I need to be in bed by like 10.
Yep.
So, I literally sat in his driveway for like 10 minutes before I left because, like, I did not want to leave.
Yeah.
But I called my grandma on my way home, crying
Mhm.
and shit. Like, I just I felt so fucking guilty leaving, and then I called you because my grandma honestly was not much help. And
Oh, grandma.
I called you, and I'm like
Yeah.
bawling because like I don't look. My brother gives me a lot of shit, right? Like he
Yeah.
is 90% of my anxiety and stress.
Mhm.
But I love him. He's my brother, and I don't want him to
Yeah.
like go out like that, right?
Yeah. No, I get that.
And then here's where I get fucking pissed.
Mhm.
So I'm in bed by 11.
Yep.
I get woken up at 2 a.m. to my dogs freaking the fuck out. Mike comes to bed because he was watching Erased, the anime Erased. I don't know if you watched it.
Mm-mm.
Not my cup of tea, anyway.
Mhm.
I watched like 4 episodes and I was like, fuck this, I'm going to bed.
Mhm.
Mike comes in the bedroom and he's like, your brother's here.
Like, what?
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I look at my phone, I have no text from him. He called my dad.
Oh.
This is not my dad's house.
Yeah,
My
true.
dad may live with us,
But
but
it's not his
this
house.
is not his house.
Right.
So, of course, I cannot go back to sleep. And I wake up late and I could not go into the office because by the time I woke up, it was 8:45.
Ugh. Yeah.
Like,
You messaged me.
there's no fucking point in me like going into the office. There's not gonna be any parking. It's not worth my fucking time.
Mhm.
Oh, I promise there's like a light at the end of this tunnel, surprisingly. But anyway, so it's been 11 minutes already. Jesus. I'm in meetings. I have things to say about work too, because Friday was
Mhm.
a day too at work. Like there was nothing really going on, but like I actually like what's happening anyway. Um, so
Mm.
Shane's finally fucking awake, and he's sitting on my porch smoking a shit ton of cigarettes. I go out there and talk to him, and I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like, Shane, you need to go see your doctor. Like, you need to figure this out. I was like, I'm hoping this is just detox,
Right.
but you have other health conditions.
Yeah.
So like, oh, and then I didn't even tell. Oh, the
Mhm.
message from his fucking girlfriends Friday
I
morning
feel
that I got.
I feel so bad about how I reacted to that though, because I truly thought it was something that you might have said in the heat of the moment.
No, I don't remember saying that fucking at all. I would never say that.
Which, like, I know you wouldn't, but, like, I mean, I'm one to say stupid shit I don't mean when I'm upset, so I would
But
just automatically was like, "Oh, maybe it's just something you said, like, when you were pissed off," but then I was like, "Wait, like, no," and I was like, "Shit, I should not have
no,
opened my
no,
mouth."
you're good. I'm not mad at you. So I get this fucking text from her. Like you're enabling him, you need to stop, like all this fucking shit and like Autumn was saying, she apparently quoted me and she keeps fucking doing this. And I
Oh god.
do not recall saying this. It's
Right.
better to love him from a distance. That does not sound like anything I would say
No.
at all. That is a stupid saying.
Yeah.
I hate it. I I don't know where she got this. She also said that like told Shane that I hated my mom and like I'm glad she died. And so like
Okay.
she's a fucking lying, manipulative piece of shit too. They both are. Anyway, I did not hate my mom. I quit my job to take care of my mom.
Mhm.
So if I hated her, I wouldn't have done that.
I mean, yeah,
I
no.
literally didn't work for 6 months. I would go to like I would drive a half an hour to her house, clean her house, make sure she was fed, take her to her appointments. Like I would drive my car too. Like my car has 79,000 miles on it, and half of that is because of that.
Yeah.
So like if I hated my mom, I wouldn't have done any of that.
Right. No, that's a lot of shit for somebody you don't apparently like. Yeah.
Yeah, like what the fuck. Anyway, so I know she does that. He does that. It's always a he said she said thing with them.
Yeah.
Apparently what happened was Anyway, yeah, let me continue with, I'm sorry, what I was saying.
You're okay.
I was like, dude, I'm not enabling him to do anything. I don't know why he's here. I was asleep, bro. Like, don't fucking come at me like that.
Right.
Like, I'm doing the best I fucking can. I will talk to him when I am off work or when I have a chance to talk to him. I'm not losing my job over him.
Yeah, no.
Fuck that. Fuck you. I hate them both so much sometimes. Anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm outside talking to him, and apparently she came home drunk because she works at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
She came home drunk, screamed at him to get the fuck out because she could have got laid tonight, but he's there.
Oh, well,
Which honestly, I can see happening. She's a terrible drunk.
yeah.
They both were terrible drunks, but I've seen it firsthand, so like
Right.
I can see it. So anyway, it's like 3 and he's like, "All right, I'm going to go home." But he's like, "Just kidding. Can you order me food?" So I ordered him fucking Jimmy John's. Just I was in a meeting. And it was a meeting I actually had to talk into. So I just
Oh,
ordered him food really quick. All right, here's the light at the end of the tunnel, okay?
yeah.
While I'm in that meeting, he messages me. Nick said he'll fly me out and put me to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, fuck yes. He's like,
Like dope.
yeah, he's like, I need to give him an answer. I was like, Shane, honestly, I personally think this is the best for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think the distance between you and Jess for you guys to figure out your shit is good.
Right.
You'll get away from the drugs. You'll be with Nick. Like, I trust Nick. He has his own business. Like,
Yeah.
fucking do it. I don't know why you left Colorado in the first place.
Is
Cause
Nick like a family friend or like
no,
okay. I knew of Nick, but I didn't know like how.
I don't. Because yeah, I remember I brought you over there one time because I had to drop something off for Shane.
Yeah, once.
I don't
Yeah.
know where they met.
That makes sense for Shane.
To be honest with you, it's not like a Jared or Zane thing, right? Like where they've been friends
Yeah.
forever. I don't know where
Yeah.
Nick came from,
That's chill. You
but
know what? That's chill.
I am thankful for fucking Nick.
Right?
So Shane calls me today.
Yeah.
I messaged you because I was like, why the fuck can't I get a day without him? Because he's like, hey, can I call you in a few? He's like, it's about Colorado, and I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, yeah, sure. So he leaves Wednesday. He's gonna be gone.
Wow.
He's gonna be gone for a month. He is going to immediately start working. I'm
Nice.
assuming Nick and Olivia and their daughter, because they just had a daughter like a year ago.
Oh,
I'm assuming they're gonna be gone, like they're gonna go on a vacation
right.
because they said that they're gonna pay Shane to watch the house and the dogs and stuff while they're on. He
Yeah.
sounded so much fucking better too.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm sorry, my dogs and cat are fighting. Yeah, he sounded so much
You're
better,
okay.
and just shut up. Why are you barking? So yeah, that's good. Work. Let me
Yeah.
just
Oh,
ramble on
just
for half an hour. Why is my mom
no.
all freaking out?
You're okay. Really quick, if you're typing, I am just typing what we did, like what we did last week ahead of time, so it's ready
Yes.
to go.
Hell yeah.
But I am listening, guys, just so.
So work. Let me tell you, I did not want to come back.
Right.
Because excuse me, wow. I already knew it was gonna be bad, but my God. So it was alright. It wasn't like the worst week I've ever had. I mean, other than some stupid people. Why are you tippity tapping? Figure out your life, loud ass. Sorry, my dog. Anyway.
Right.
um, sorry, my model is going crazy right now. So
That's all right.
Friday I joined like a cans like weekly status call, which has never been on my calendar. I was very
Yeah.
confused as to what it was. It's a bunch of mics like, oh fuck. Whatever. I'm done with the aliases. They're not gonna fucking watch anyway, even if he does. I have so much tea to spill about my fucking coworkers' personal lives too. Jesus Christ. So this is also going. This was all Friday. So I join. It's Mike's shit. Um, and he like jokingly said that I was like half listening, but he jokingly said something about how Amy's gonna hate it. And I on mute really quick, and I'm like, excuse, like, wait, can you repeat that? What am I gonna hate? He's like, oh, I was gonna give you
Right.
marketing. I was like, I want to learn this stuff. I don't hate it. Bring it on. Like,
Right.
I want to learn his more complex campaigns because when people ask me, like, it takes me like 30 minutes just to look at the fucking ACS and try to figure out what the fuck I'm looking at. So I want to learn it.
Right.
So he's immediately after that call, he's like, can I call you? I'm like, yeah, of course. He's like, all right, so next Tuesday, I think what we need to do is we need to go through everything that we have, like
Mhm.
all of us, and we need to shimmy around some stuff. He's like, I would like you to give Amna some of your campaigns and maybe me. He's like, it depends because I have a lot going on anyway. I was like, I'm not going to give you any of mine. It would mainly be Amna. So
Right.
that's fine. And then he's like, and then I'm going to give you some of the marketing stuff. And like, I eventually want you to do the transactional. I was like, yeah, dude, like, I'm absolutely fucking down. I was like, can you send me the ACS that we were looking at on the call after we got off the call? Because,
Right.
like, I want to dissect it, right? Like, I want to see if I can wrap my head around it before we have our meeting with me and you to go over, because I don't want to be, like, completely dumbfounded, right?
Right.
I can do it easily. I can fuck this shit's like it's gonna take me a minute to do an ACS, but like I got this shit. It makes all sense. Like so anyway, after okay. Before I give you the floor, 22 minutes of me rambling.
Oh,
This
you're okay.
here is the tea.
I love tea. Mm.
Mike, I don't know how we got on the conversation.
That's even better.
I didn't start it.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. He's like, the reason why I want to give you some of this stuff is because I'm going to be out hunting in November. He's like, but sadly, I'm going to be the only one eating venison. The wife filed today. I was like, oh,
That's not the face I wanted.
I am so
There's not a
sorry.
face for this.
No, there's not. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. One day she went to therapy and said she's done. I was like, how can you care about somebody 1 minute and like just disregard them the next? I don't understand that. Like, what the
You
fuck?
know, I feel like that's what my mom thinks of therapy. Is that like that kind of stuff?
That's
It's just
fair.
like, which I'm not saying doesn't not happen because obviously
I
it
mean,
does,
it does.
but like it's not as common as, people just bettering themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true. I'm like trying to be supportive, right? Because like if my husband like ever just like one day like just filed for divorce, I would be losing my fucking shit. Anyway,
honestly, I would be losing my shit for you
I
too.
would
I'd be
be like,
like,
what the fuck?
it's like, oh, you want to play this game? You gotta deal with me too. I'm getting a Greyhound. I'll be there in 2 days. Watch this.
So like he's like the hardest thing is like I'm gonna be lonely, like I'm not gonna have my daughter like in the morning and stuff. And it was really sad, and I was like, fuck, like like you guys can always, I know it's not the same, but you guys can always like Facebook call or like video call or something, you
Right?
know?
Yeah.
And he's like, the fun is, I was trying to make him laugh. He's like, I never thought at this age I would be an incel because he's like 45, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, you're not going to be alone forever. You know, you can find somebody in like 4 years. I was like, also, if I've learned anything from isekai animes, uh, they take the incels and they make them into a hero. So, you know, that could happen to you.
Oh my God.
He started joking. Like, he started joking back. It was just,
Aw.
I just felt so bad. He's like, anyway, like, it's a lot to type. We'll have to talk in person. I was like, it's not like you live far. Like, we can go grab a drink or something, you know? Like,
Right?
he
Like,
literally lives like 10 minutes away.
really?
He's like, oh shit, I
Wow.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Nice.
He lives on, I'm sorry, I keep hitting my mic.
You're
Uh,
fine.
he lives in one of the subdivisions over off of Crescent Lake Road.
Okay. Oh, nice houses.
Yeah, so not too far.
Mm.
But anyway, so that was his drama, and then Amna just messaged me like an hour ago, and I feel bad because I didn't text her back. But she just cut ties with her parents because I haven't asked her how she is, even though she's in like excruciating pain from an IUD.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel really bad because I'm like, girl, what do you need? Like, I'll come drive over right now. And she's like, no, I'm fine. She, when I was dealing with Shane shit, I messaged her too because,
Yeah.
and she was like, girl, do you want a Klonopin? Like, I got you. You sound like you need it. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like,
It's like, are you sure?
yeah, she's like, girl, I got you. I was like, I'm good. Like, it's all right. I'll eat an
I feel like,
edible. I'll be fine. Like,
yeah, you're like, I'll be good.
but yeah, okay, that's all my tea. I'm so sorry. That was 27
No,
minutes.
it is all right. This is what this is for. I guess I can just do like work and then there's like a little stuff at the end for you.
Okay.
So work is becoming bullshit really fast and it's so frustrating. So, okay. So like I don't even remember Monday. I'm gonna be real honest. I don't remember working Monday. I don't remember shit about Monday.
Hmm.
Um, don't remember shit. So, whatever. Fast forward, repeat. Um, so Wednesday I was on bagging for the first time in like almost a month now because honestly, ever since they gave me a badge for self-checks, I've been on self-check more than like bagging. And I went to lift like one of those 24 pack cases of beer,
Yeah.
like stupid freaking like Natty Light bullshit or something like
Ew.
that. Yeah, you'd be surprised at the stupid nasty ass beers that people anyway. And I felt something slash heard something in my hand crack.
Oh no.
Um and I was like, "Oh, it feels a little funky." So like I went and got some compression tape, right? And oh, Monday was now I remember. Monday was like really chill because it was basically just me on self scans all day long. Just me. And my coworker C, which I don't know if I've mentioned C. Have I mentioned C? It's a male C.
Yeah,
Have I?
yeah, you have.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it was just like me and C just like goofing off for entire day. And he bought me McDonald's because he does McDonald's runs for like the behind the service counter people.
Yeah.
Like he'll just do McDonald's runs and he got me some McDonald's and it was great. Um anyways, so Tuesday, hurt my hand. I got some compression tape and I wrapped it up. And I was like in a piss poor mood from that point on because I wasn't feeling great. My arm was like fatiguing like
Oh
really
no.
quickly. Like, it didn't even hurt. The hand itself was fine. But, like, I would do, like, one order of groceries and my arm would be so tired. And I was like, "Shit, did I F up my, like, entire arm?" And Chandler, whoop, name drop, C was like, "Hey, have you taken any ibuprofen?" I was like, "No, bra, like, I'll just take some on my lunch. He's like, no, I'll get you some from the first aid. Like, do you have anything to drink? And I was like, no, dude. Like, I said, I'll get it on my lunch. And he's like, no, I got you. So he got me a pop and some ibuprofen and basically forced me to take it instead of waiting until my lunch because everyone knows I don't take care of myself. It's pretty obvious at this point.
Yeah. What you need to start.
I'm trying. I really I say I'm trying, but am I actually? No. I just think to myself, "Oh, I could do this for my," and then I don't do it. Anyways, and that's why the people at work basically have to treat me like a 6-year-old who needs to be told what to do because at least as far as taking care of myself, I can't do it. My job, efficient. Helping people, efficient. Customer service, excellent. Taking care of myself like a basic needs that a toddler knows, no, I
Poor.
flunk. I flunk. I get ones out of fours. Like in elementary school, your report cards are ones and four, like 1 through 4. Yeah, I got a 0 in like self-care. Like they're
Awful.
they're concerned. They're concerned. They're like, I don't think this child is okay. And that would be correct.
I'm not, I promise.
Um, and then I don't remember, it had to have been Thursday. Yes, Thursday. I got to run register for like 30 minutes.
Yay!
I have breached, mind you, it was kind of sort of illegal-ish, kind of. Basically, we were swamped. Maddie was like, "You have a number, jump on a register." I was like, are you sure?" And she was like, "Go." I was like, "Okay, sure." And sure enough, I did it for like half an hour. I was fine. Nothing happened, nothing blew up. It was good. Um, and then yesterday. Oh, yesterday. I wanted to off not only myself,
But
but several
everybody in
of my
that
coworkers.
building.
So so like on Thursday afternoon, they posted a sign that they were doing like a steak luncheon for everybody
Hmm.
on Friday, the next day. Totally like out of the blue. Nobody knew about it. It just appeared on the punch out clock at like around noonish on Thursday for the next day, mind you. So like everyone's like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like, you have to be pretty damn stupid to turn down free steak. I gotta be honest. As long
Yeah.
as you're a meat eater and you like red meat, you're stupid to turn down a free steak. Plain and simple.
Oh no,
I am
absolutely.
not one of those people who will turn down a free steak. I'm looking for that free steak. Anyways, so they're like, G, who is the meat manager, nicest dude ever. He reminds me of like what they say like New Jersey dudes are. Like they're just super friendly and they're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, he like is a New Jersey dude, but in the Midwest. Anyways, he's so chill. I love him. Like he's so great. And he's like, "Hey, like, are you gonna be here tomorrow?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, dude. Like, I work weekends. Like, I'm always here." And he's like, "Oh well, you make sure you get steak." And I was like, "Well, my lunch is gonna be at 1, and it's the luncheon's at 12. Like, it's all gonna be gone." He's like, "No, no, no. Like, head boss is like working with up front to make sure that everybody gets food instead of it's usually everyone in the back of the house gets everything, eats it all, and then nobody up front gets anything."
That's fucked.
Because we also have several people that I don't know who they are, but several people who will like make plates to take later.
What the fuck?
Like sharing is not caring here. I just got to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's
And
fucked.
so like we're like okay, we'll see how that goes, right? Like we're all
Yeah.
skeptical. Like this has been a thing since before the company shifted names. Like it's been a thing forever. Ever since forever. Excuse me. Um so Friday comes along. Everybody's excited for this free steak, obviously. I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. If I get some, I get some. If I don't, I don't. Like, it's whatever. I'm not gonna cry about it.
Yeah.
Me and M are doing self scans, just running it me and her. They start having people call basically, they're like, hey, go like no punches. Like nobody freaking punched except for In and Out yesterday. because of how they did this shit. Like, because people were taking like, 30 minutes to eat their steak, and it was just like whenever they could fit people in. So like people just kind of ignored lunches and breaks
Yeah.
because like so it was kind of insanity, honestly. It was effing everything up. Um and like me and M are standing at self scans being like, well, it's really nice that everybody else has officially been taken care of, but nobody's coming to cover self scan. So me and her are just standing around, almost everybody else has already gotten food.
My
And we're just
God.
kind of standing around and being like, it is what it is. Like, whatever. Like, M just wanted diet, like a sugar free Coke or Coke Zero. I
Yeah.
really just wanted like a Mountain Dew, like a can. There's something about a can of Mountain Dew. Mm. Anyways, I'm like, it's fine. But then one of our coworkers, from Floral came over and was like, I'll cover you guys. Go get food. And I was like, thank you, dude, because she hate this particular coworker hates self scans.
So you know they're just being nice.
They literally transferred to Floral to get away from having to do self scans. That is how serious that is. And they were like, just go. And I was like, you rock. And so like me and M had like steak and like baked potato and like cookies and all kinds of shit, and probably took like a 35-40 minute break. um and we get back, and it's probably like 15 minutes before the next self scan person comes to take over for M at the end of her shift.
Hmm.
And we were told by the assistant director, Jay, to start moving things on this side cap that's right by the self scans
Yeah.
and get it ready for like the next reset, which is like, there's two of us here, there's no reason why one of us can't watch self scans and the other can do it. It's totally chill. Like, she's working on the, like, it was sunblock. She's working on moving that. I'm watching the self scans. I walk away for like 2 seconds, and I'm talking to her because she's getting ready to leave. And, we're just doing like, as you do with friends and coworkers, like, make sure you have a good night, blah, blah, blah. And the other person, who is J or T, Trouble.
Hmm.
Trouble. I'm just gonna call her out, Trouble, because I'm not happy with Trouble right now. Um, Trouble comes in and she's instantly pissed. Like, I'm talking seething pissed.
Why?
Because when we were out for lunch, the self scans got trashed because we got hit. When we were gone for like that half an hour, 45 minutes or whatever, it got hit. So there's plastic bags all over the floor. There's trash with all kinds of receipts that people didn't want overflowing. Um, the turntables and like the machines haven't been wiped down. Like, it was trashed. And I wasn't denying that fact, but that's something like that is Trouble's thing. She cleans. So
Hmm.
I thought nothing of it. It's a night shift thing anyways. Like, I don't try to be that person. Like, I'm all about teamwork. But at the end of the day, cleaning is for when it slows down, not in the middle of the day.
No.
And she is just pissed. Like, and I hear her basically, and I can't say for sure she was talking about me, but she said the girls, and that's usually how they refer to me and M, because we're almost always together. So they just kind of refer to us as the girls.
Hmm.
And she basically said, like, I'm so pissed, like, this place was trashed and they're over there talking. And I was like, okay, I admit to being like a little laxer, especially when I'm working with M.
Yeah.
I will admit to that. Not just because we're friendly again, but because she is very carefree. At the end of the day, it's just a job. It's not a life. It's just what supplies, her and her sister and all that stuff, like, food and shelter and all that good jazz. It's not her life. She doesn't take it that seriously. She's also in her early 20s, so like, put that into perspective.
Yeah.
Trouble, however, is, I want to say, mom's age, if not a little younger. older. It's one of the ways. I don't remember. It's been too long since I've known her. Anyways, but she comes up to me and she's trying really hard, I can tell, to be like civil, but she's pissed. And she's like, just like, I'm sorry, my bipolar. And here's the thing, I understand that like a lot of times when they're going through like med changes and stuff, like people with bipolar,
Mm.
it affects them very negatively. I understand this. I'm very understanding. However, when it makes you so unbearable and you start taking out on others, it's very frustrating.
Oh no, absolutely.
Like, I get it. Like, you're on new meds, like, you haven't slept more than, like, an hour in 3 days, you haven't eaten in 3 days, like, you are on your brink. I get it. At the same time, don't take that out on me. Please. Like, I don't also want our friendship to be wrecked because I don't want her to believe it's just because of, her bipolar having an issue, because that's shit. I know so many people deal with that, like,
Yeah.
so I just have to like disconnect from her until things get better, because right now, and it happened today too, I can't deal with her. I can't. She's I hate to say it, but she's nasty.
You shouldn't have to deal with somebody like that at work, though.
And I understand that, and it's always kind of been a part of her personality. She's very blunt. She's from like the Flint area. She kind of, she's kind of got the tough girl, tough bitch thing going for her. And she's always kind of been nasty. She's always kind of been a little bit like rude.
Yeah.
That's her thing. We all put up with it. But most of the time, because I do my job, it's not directed towards me. And now, even when I am doing my job, I'm not doing it well enough to her current
Oh
standards.
my
So
god.
I'm getting the blunt of it. And also, our other coworker, who's a manager, is dealing with her own issues.
Mm-hmm.
And we just lost one of our cashiers because of it.
Great.
I don't even know if I've mentioned B before,
No.
but B it is transferring to hardware because he got in a spat with C, not male C, female C.
Yeah.
Um, and she would not talk to him for the entire night. He turned in his badge. He's like, I can't do this shit. He's like 65. He's like, I'm doing this just because I need some playing money. Like, I'm not going to deal with this shit. And our
Good.
boss basically begged him to stay. And he's like, I can't do it up front, not with everything that's going down. Like,
No.
it's turning into a shit show. And he was like, okay, well, what about, and we had an opening in hardware. So he's going back to hardware. They did talk it through. They're okay now, which is chill. But literally by the time my shift was over yesterday, I was in tears. I couldn't. I was so overwhelmed. I couldn't handle it. Like, I was trying to get out of there. I couldn't get my sunglasses out of my pocket without all of my shit falling out of my coat. Like, it was bad. And today was better, but still, like, I was dreading her coming in all day, and I was hoping that they would put me on bagging. And then Male C was like, "No, I'll just stick you with Julie. You do so good with Julie." And I'm like,
Fuck.
"Yeah. Why must I be good at my job?
Yeah.
Why? 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 Like, why me?" And so that's like work stuff. And then I'm just going to push send if
Yes,
it'll work.
yes.
And it's not very long,
Okay.
but this is the personal stuff going on.
Okay. I am Autumn right now.
Yes.
Now, Mom and Cody are upset that I'm staying quiet, not texting when I get on and off the bus to work, not messaging at work. The fridge has needed to be very deep cleaned, and no one apparently but me can clean it. And Mom had to stop, B, figure out your life. Sorry.
You're all right.
And Mom had her feelings hurt by something I said, and then again about money, the money thing. So house life is still shit, honestly.
Yup.
Don't let your mom guilt trip you into like anything.
I'm trying really hard.
She's a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
You're allowed to say how you feel. They say what they feel all the fucking time, and they don't care.
Yeah. I know.
And then they fucking team up on you.
In the car on the way home,
I'm
too.
like, you have nobody to team up on with, so like you're a lone island in this situation, and it's fucking stupid, and I hate it, and I just want to kidnap you.
I would probably just cry so hard if I got kidnapped right now.
Like, this is fucking not okay. They're gonna cause you to snap, and
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I hope they like being on fucking a YouTube documentary about a serial killer killing her whole family, because that's what's gonna fucking happen.
Oh, too many years of true crime.
And I'm gonna watch it because I watch that shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just it's
It's
just it
alright.
pisses me off.
I know.
We need to fucking kill our families and run away.
Like, nothing we say here is serious. It cannot be held against us in the court of law. This is all circumstantial. Um,
Oh
you gotta
yeah,
cover your bases. You never know.
tomorrow's Mike's 33rd birthday.
Oh, hell yeah. Happy birthday, hubby
He
of the pod.
he's not happy about it.
It's only 33.
I know. I keep asking him what he wants. He won't tell me.
Aw.
I keep asking him what he wants to eat. He doesn't tell me. He said he just wants to sleep all day. So we'll see how that goes.
Sounds nice though. Not gonna lie.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna shut my phone off then. Fuck.
Right? Oh, and we both kind of came to a really sad conclusion. Do you remember what we talked about, the transactional thing? Yeah, that we came to the conclusion. Do you remember all of our relationships in our life? Do you
Oh,
remember this?
yes. Yeah. That literally just happened today. Wow, I'm stupid. Yeah. So all of our relationships in our lives, other than ourselves and like my husband, are all transactional. Like people only message us or talk to us when they feel like they can get something out of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yep.
fucking bullshit. Like my brother,
We're going through it. Yep.
fucking my cousin Jenny only talks to me when she wants me to dye her hair.
Yep.
It's bullshit. I'm so over people. I don't need anybody in my life but you, Mike. Fuck it.
Yep. Yeah. It's rough sailings out here, friends. Ooh, ooh. That was supposed to be a boat sound.
Toot toot.
Yep. Okay. So that was a bit of a downer, guys. It's been a week, but now we get into the bullshit. um, which is it's Doris time. Da, 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 da. Not
Yes.
Dora, Doris. Da, 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 da.
Did you want me to read Reapers first?
You can do that. Yes, we also have a special inclusion of the most loyal commenter, our buddy Reaper.
Okay, so you told me this is just like it's a one page. It's about
Beautiful.
his OC world of his like character he made.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that the grammar is probably really bad, so like it's gonna make my stuttering even worse. But here we
Bring it.
go.
Bring it.
A Death Soldier's Tale by Reaper. That's literally what he put.
Beautiful.
The darkness came across the land as the sun began to fall over the hills. I sat upon my favorite hill, watching the light slowly disappear, feeling a certain dread in my heart. Edgar Allan Poe, Jesus! The fields of gold, of ready to be picked wheat, for the harvest lay before me. For tomorrow would be a grueling day. Had I only known that day would never come, and before the light greeted this world again, my world would be engulfed by darkness. I'm laughing because I love you, Reaper. I stood up and brushed off the leaves and twigs. The wife always told me not to truck garbage into the home, and that I was no animal. As I walked along the trail towards home, I took out a crumbled piece of paper from my inner pocket and read the notice again with a sigh. The note stated, "Hello, sir. We are proud to announce you have been chosen by the will of the God to be conscripted."
I'm
Con-
assuming.
okay. I was doing so good too,
You
but
were doing so good.
uh into his holiness great holy holiness? I think it's supposed to be holiness. Great.
Holiness.
The way he spelt it, honey. HOLINESS.
Great try.
Great army. We know you are deliberate.
Deliberate. Deliberate?
JUBILANT.
Jaloob? That's not what I wanted to say. Uh, Jubiant?
Is it Jubiant?
Juliet?
Whatever. To give your life and serve service in his name, as all subjects under his rule. A transport shall be sent to you in the next coming months to take you away to be trained. As such, have your affairs in order before then. We thank you for the service and the orders you shall bring upon the world. Signed, Conscription Department of Holiness. Reaper, honey, holiness is not spelled like that.
It's okay. I too am not the best speller.
the letter was uh the letter was stamped with official seal of the truth of my situation hang over my head. For I worry about the wife and care when I shall be gone. Would she be able to make do? I have been terrified to even tell her about the uh to even tell her, but the time for the transport, oh my god, to arrive is coming closer, and my fears to draw ever closer. I arrive at my house, an aged door rattling with marks of repairs made over the years. I run my fingers across and think, maybe this may be the last time I've seen this door. I catch myself. I open the door and I head inside and put my worn down straw hat upon the stand next to the door. Taking off my muddied boots, I hear from further in wife's sweet yet soft tone. I can't do a sweet yet soft tone. Jesus Christ.
You can.
Had enough staring at the sky, darling? That was awful. Okay, anyway, I replied. You know, it calms me down to look out over the hills. It makes life seem so short and problems so little. I can't do a male voice. I'm sorry, my voice is too high pitched. As I turn and head into the dining room, simply lit with one candle in the center of the table, I pull out the same chair I've sat in for nearly 15 years as she comes in with a heft of preserved meat, cheese, and a big colander of stew. The aroma, even after all this time, feels so special to me in the meal which you couldn't get anywhere else, made with loving care. We both sit down at our small dining table across from each other and eat silently as we've done every day, and yet it would be different. It would be different tonight. I stumbled under my breath. Okay. Dear,
Yeah.
dear, I have something I must tell you. And this has caused me to worry for some days. She replied, what could you have done that's rattled your face? I can't do voices!
Why
Well, I'm sorry, Reaper. I know. What could have been done? What could have. Oh my god, what could it be? That
What?
as you rattled you have faced the likes of the wild beasts and nearly showed any fear. Nari is what he said, but I didn't feel like that sounded right. So anyway,
Nary.
um, it had been true. Nothing but in this moment of having to tell her that I would be taken away from her and not even return fulfilled me with my worst fear. I in my mind I had went over and over her scared and angry reaction to these words I must tell her. We sat in silent. We sat in silent
We sat in silence.
for a few minutes. We sat in silence, Reaper. Anyway, for a few minutes, me knowing that I need to say, yet feeling as though my lips would not utter them. She broke the silence. Whatever it may be, dear, you know that I love you and I'm right here. I and have no fear as long as I be. Bartleby, stop stepping my fucking computer. Sorry. Shut up. The statement made me ever so heartfelt and happy. This woman really did love me with all of her being. Bartleby, I swear to God. And even if I must go, I know she is strong and willed enough to take it. I say, well, I received mail not too long ago, and I must. Suddenly, a large bang could be heard on the door. I jolted,
The
and we
large
both looked
bang.
towards the entrance. Then another large bang. I sighed. Who could it be at this hour? I slid my chair out and walked towards the entrance. Before I could even reach the entrance, another bang, but this time heard a voice come through the door in a deep, raspy, commanding voice. I can't do that. So you know what? You're getting the complete opposite.
Oh God.
Open up in there. I reached and pulled open the door, and uh, the sight that waited for me on the other
Oh
end
my
made
God.
me shiver in fear. This night was going to be in which one could describe as hell. That was it. The end.
Well done.
Yay!
Well done, Reaper. Well done.
Yay! I
Any and all jesting is in all good fun. Open up, you two.
Open up right this second.
Turned into Goofy towards the end there. Yup. Gosh.
Oh gosh, Mickey. Oh.
I always loved Goofy.
I'll do it again. Oh my god, hold on. Have you
Oh,
seen that video?
I don't know.
I kind of
I
want to
don't
show
know.
everybody.
Oh
Oh
my God.
fuck. Oh, hold on. This is gonna Hold on. Can I share if I
I
share
don't
my
know.
win I can't because it's gonna fuck up.
If you listen to each other's heart.
Hold on. So
Anybody?
you're gonna watch this.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm gonna watch this also. Get out of here.
Okay. We
What
will
is
watch
it?
it together.
I
SOS, please, someone help me.
Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna watch it together but separate because
Yeah, okay.
me watching. I'm gonna play it on my phone.
Will the
Oh
suspect
shit.
Oh my god, stop. You don't.
Okay.
You know what? You don't even need to watch it. Just listen. Actually, because
Okay, I'm
it's a
listening.
very
I'm
it's
listening.
it's a very poorly drawn.
please take the stand? Mr. Goofy, is it? Mr. Goofy, you are here today being charged with mass homicide. And your lawyer is here, present, am I correct?
Yes, I'm his lawyer, Joe Rosenberg. I'll be representing Goofy today in court.
Now, from what I see here, there is strong evidence supporting the mass shooting. It looks like here you were caught in broad daylight on CCTV holding an AR-7.
Garsh.
So you're admitting that the man in this footage is you, correct? So you do admit that this very same footage right here, from the very same CCTV of you massacring a public elementary school, is you as well? Is that a yes? Can I get a yes, Mr. Goofy?
I object. My client has done nothing wrong.
He killed
What
27
is
children
happening?
and crippled 5.
Clinically insane, Your Honor. He's crazy.
Mr. Goofy, this is not a laughing matter.
I told you he's insane. His wife miscarried.
Mr. Goofy, what do you have to say for yourself?
Guilty. Your Honor, my client was
Guilty.
Wait, hold on. Mr. Goofy, you're saying that you were conscious. You were conscious and aware of your actions. Is that correct?
Goofy, what the fuck are you doing? Gosh, I did it.
Mr. Rosenberg, looks like your client has decided to come clean.
Holy fucking shit. Your Honor, I'd like to call for a recess. I would like to talk to my client in private.
Fine. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Goofy, get the fuck off me. I did. Goofy, come here. Goofy, come here. Listen to me. All right, Goofy, you're on thin ice right now. You're on thin ice, buddy. Come on. Shape up. I did it. Yeah, I know you did it. Yeah, we all know you fucking did it. Okay, but we can get you off. We can get you off. I'm a murderer. We all know you're guilty. Guilty? Look, Goofy, I'm his lawyer, okay? He wanted me on this case because he cares about you. I'll fucking do it again. Okay, do you want to go to jail?
Well.
Do you want to go to psychiatric ward? No. No? No. You say that you're not guilty. You didn't do it. But I did. Yeah, I know you fucking did it, but just say you did it. Okay, if you gotta take this seriously, you killed 27 children, okay? And we all know that. We all know that, but I can get you out of this. You know how much money Mickey put on the line for this? You know how much money he's paying? He's doing this just for you because he cares about you. Okay? If not for me, do this for Mickey. Okay. I don't care about losing the case. Just do it for Mickey. Okay.
Wow.
Demons told me to.
The demons told me to.
Fuck up,
Guilty.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
The demons.
I'm sorry. I did something cool. It reminds me every time.
The demons.
Murder.
Wow.
Anyway.
The murders. The demons.
Sorry,
Anyways.
I had to share.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That is okay.
Okay. Story.
Okay. Well, do you want to do the like fun thing first, or do you want the story first?
It's up to you. It's your story.
Well, okay. We're gonna play a little game. Except it's not a game so much as some brainstorming.
Yes.
Okay, so something I like to do that M actually got me into doing because I never thought of it before was figuring out who would voice the characters that I create. And I, for one, don't really know what I want Doris to sound like.
Laura Bailey.
Why? You know what? Frick you, because you read my goddamn mind. Because I was watching frickin' Critical Role.
Laura
Goddamn.
Bailey.
Yeah. Laura Bailey. Okay, but like, which Laura Bailey are we talking about?
Kanye.
Are we going? Okay, I was gonna go like Abby from The Last of Us 2,
Oh, fair.
which is vaguely same vibe, except one is much angrier than the other.
It's very true.
Abby's kind of like borderline dead inside, and
Wow.
Kanye is just angry.
Yeah.
Which, fair. So basically, we're going with angry,
Yeah.
which is great. I'm so
Angry,
happy.
sarcastic.
Yep. I agree. I know you don't know Rita all that well.
Felicia Day.
But wow. Okay. Okay. I'm intrigued by that. Okay.
I love
Wow,
Felicia
you really made this like such a short little snippet right there. Well,
No. You say who you think Rita should be.
I didn't really have one for Rita,
No?
which is the thing. No. 'Cause I I don't know, like Rita's weird because she was originally supposed to be the main character. Fun fact, supposed to be Rita's story, not Doris's. And then halfway through planning Rita's story, I was like, I like Doris more. And I ran with Doris and didn't turn back. So Rita is very much a secondary character as much as she is a main catalyst. But yeah, I've never really thought about it. I'm trying to think, like just literally like off the top of my head. Like now I'm like, let me look through my TikToks and just see like if there's a character that God damn it, I don't want to see my own face. Thank you.
Okay, so to put this in perspective, first, people who are dumb
Yeah.
and don't know fucking what Laura Bailey sounds like. Don't
Yes.
I don't know why or how you don't. I'm gonna play some clips from both Abby and Tiny. What do you
Perfect.
want? Animals. Okay, well here's Abby.
God damn it. Fuck. What? Ah, great. Shit. Damn it. Shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Prize.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I mean like kind of
It's
like the
very
same thing.
it's yeah, it's like very, very, very similar.
I'm sorry, my cat keeps crying.
It's okay.
And
Kitty.
then that's just swearing. I don't want just swearing. I mean, I'm always down
I
for
mean I
swearing.
mean you love that, but
Vice, you dumbass! Start making sense, you rotten book, or you're gonna be sorry. Maybe I'll
Of
rip your
course they
pages
would
out
do
one
the
by
fucking
one, or
intro.
maybe I'll put you in a
of course.
goddamn furnace. How can someone with such a big smart brain get hypnotized like a little bitch, huh? Oh, Shadow Lord, I love you, Shadow Lord. Come over here and give Vice a big sloppy kiss, Shadow Lord. Now pull your head out of your goddamn ass and start fucking helping us.
So yeah, that's kind of so it's
That it's the attitude
yeah.
of Kaine, sometimes more tonal like Abby.
Let me see if I can find not just grunting of Abby.
Yeah. Good luck, cause people they turned her into a thirst trap so goddamn fast.
Here's Abby and Owen. Let's see.
Oh God! Be careful with that.
I'm guessing. Okay.
Of course
My
I
poor
did. It's my
mother,
fucking
probably
fault.
awake.
I told him I'm done. He can do it himself if he wants. He's fucking gun at me.
Okay, Owen, shut up.
So I grab it.
Oh, and shut up. No one cares.
Owen.
First, I didn't even know which one of us was shot.
Owen.
Oh, when?
You defended yourself.
Stop.
I can fix this. I'll talk to Isaac.
Tired, Abby. I don't want to fight over land. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to Santa Barbara.
Bart, don't rub on my mic.
To chase a rumor.
I've heard
Okay,
more than once.
you get the idea. She's like more
We get
soft
the
tone.
yeah. Yes. So at least we figured out Doris. I like your idea for Rita since I don't really have one of my own. Why don't I have one, honestly though? Like I obsess over everything.
I don't know. Well, like Felicia Day is just like her voice. Like she doesn't do a voice. She's just Felicia
Right.
fucking Day.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for those of you who are
Under a rock.
stupid again, This is Felicia Day.
So I took my daughter to a kids fair this weekend, and they had some games set up. One was a kiddie pool with some upright penguins, and they
I just clicked the first
Okay,
video.
penguins.
also ring around the penguin. You get a special prize, but if you don't make it,
Or hold on, she does do a voice. Guild Wars 2. She's more like manic, but like I don't think you would want. I don't remember her character name in Guild Wars 2. I'm a fake fan.
Ha, you're like fake.
I need to return my fucking Irene pop. I mean, here's her singing.
It's like, I don't know if that's gonna help.
"13 years ago, Jesus."
Wow.
You touch my +5 to dexterity wrist.
Okay. Anyway, I was thinking Felicia because like she's more chill. You know? Like
Yeah. 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 It's the thing is that Doris is all kind of in your face, no bullshit, kind of like the bartender everybody loves. Um, and Rita's the one in the back, like the kitchen, who's like quiet as hell, but is just like, she's got a point. Like, I don't know. I love them. I love them. Okay. The thing is, if we do, whoop,
sorry.
it's all right. I was like, ooh, message. Anyways, if I do her OG,
Mhm.
it's 6,000 words long. I could try to pick out a good section.
Nah, bring it. I can read all of it.
All right, Frick, let's
Bring it.
go. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Let's see, because there's no goddamn control. Yes, there is. Select all. Wow, I'm so smart. I'm getting there.
Discord has a limit of 2,000.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't want to read. I don't want to be the one to read. Blech.
Can you upload it to like a Google Drive? Like a Google Docs?
I probably could.
And then send me the link.
Probably.
Because
If I can figure
I
that.
don't think Google Docs has a limit.
Copy. Let's see. I gotta turn my power saving off. I'm just baby and what the frick? That's not what I want. God damn it, buttons. Can you behave? Is that
No.
possible?
Nope. Not at all.
No. The last time I opened something in Docs, that was something I myself created. Let's
Mhm.
see. Uh, opened in 2021.
Sheesh.
Uh-huh. All right. I don't know. So, oh, also something called anything. What the frick is that?
I don't know.
Oh shit, I was writing some poetry apparently. Anyways, hmm. Okay, so if I hit that and that, and then paste,
Mm-mm-mm.
and then we don't need this because that's just the timeline to write the things. Excuse you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, that's out of context. Not great to say online. Anyways, the longer I'm online, the more I realize everything out of context is absolutely filthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this cat out. Hold on.
Yep. Go on, get.
Oh, I guess I lost volume. Okay, that's not fine.
It is
I
not.
don't know why.
Okay. So I guess share.
Yeah.
What's your Gmail?
You can hit copy link and then paste it.
Excuse me. Oh my god. I've been having awful acid reflux the last few days.
Or I can just give you my Gmail. Hold on.
Because I have your Amy addiction one.
Well, I also have access to that one, so.
Okay, well, I'll send it there. Shit. I'm dying. It's fine. Whew. Holy hell. Excuse me.
So I have a problem. And I bought more Bee and Puppy Cat plushies. One's Puppy Cat with his Pooh Monster jacket, and the other one's Bee.
Uh-huh.
And I don't get them until October, but you know what? I spent $72.
Hell
It was
yeah.
worth it.
Okay, I sent it. I
Okay, yes,
shared
yes,
it, I
yes.
should say. Okay, also, Oxenfree 2 came out, and I haven't bought it yet. But I did buy Stardew Valley, everybody.
Yay!
I don't
Get
know what the frick I'm doing.
Oh man, we're gonna have fucking. You know what? I need to make us a streaming channel,
We probably should have a streaming channel, huh?
and then yeah, and then
Because I also got a mouse, guys, so I can do Phasmo.
I'm so fucking ready for that. Yeah, you
Oh
know what? I
god,
think we
it's
should.
funny.
It could be called. I don't know.
Ugh.
I mean, Nerdy Archives, obviously, but like, what
Right.
else? Is it just gonna be nerdy? Anyway, I'll set that up. All right.
Get ready, bitches.
Are you ready for
I can't guarantee it's good, but
the next 40 minutes of me stumbling?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Doris Steele typed away at her computer, the screen filling page after page of text. She didn't even notice her boss enter the office until she heard the dull thud of the raccoon press landing on her desk. Steele, I gotta tell you, you have a real talent for this. Her boss, not quite middle-aged man. Thank God it was a man because I didn't even read that far. Not quite a middle-aged man, Tim Morton, was beaming, a grin on his face from ear to ear. Thanks, Morton. Doris turned in her chair, facing him. I want you to know I have a meeting with an old neighbor of mine out in Cedar. Hold on, sorry, someone's walking around.
What the frick?
I think it's just Mike. Okay, anyway. uh, she says that she has a witness some odd activity out there. Could be related to deaths in the forest. I just wanted you to know I might be back. I might be late back. English is hard.
Like I said, it's not gonna be perfect.
Are they a reliable source? A house backs up to the forest, works second shift at the 24-hour gas station in Cedar, has a strict routine before and after work of walking her dogs on the trails. Sounds too good to be true, Tim said, raising an eyebrow. Doris rolled her eyes, taking off her glasses and cleaning them. Oh, excuse me. Cleaning them off, off on her shirt before putting them back on. Might be, but I need a lead. Those files you gave me last night, there's something going on up. It was then she saw that flicker, something uneasy crossing over her entire body. Just don't bite off more than you can chew, alright? He finally said after a long beat. Doris nodded before going back to her computer, the speed of her typing racing along the quickening of her pulse. Along like the quickening of her pulse. Oh my god. It was around noon when her phone rang, making her jump jump in her seat, despite the unusual background noise around her. Doris Steele, reporter. She was cut off before she could even finish. Doris, it's me. Rita, where the hell have you been? You haven't answered any of my calls or pages. Doris felt a wave of annoyance rise in her chest. I will tell you everything going on tonight. Meet me at our usual spot. I'll bring dinner. You didn't answer. She slammed down the receiver with a huff. She didn't have the time to pout or stew in her frustration, or she would have missed her ride. She left the office, jumped on her bike, and headed towards the subway station. Traffic was bad enough that she stuck with the side roads. She headed north onto Raccoon Street Station, which led her back to Cedar. When she arrived, she quickly locked up her bike, slung her backpack on, and boarded the car with only minutes to spare. She settled in the cab mostly empty except for mid-shift workers heading to their out-of-town jobs.
That word is fiddled. I did not spell it right.
Thank you. She fiddled with her tape recorder, prepping it for later. Beth Brown had agreed to meet in a small cafe by the station. Doris walked down the sidewalk, taking in the crisp fall air and the colors. Oh my god, can I just say something? Fall
What?
air hits fucking different.
Oh god, it so does. That
Bright-
shit is crack.
I love it. Bright reds and oranges contrasted against the clear blue skies. Cedar was spacious and clean, having none of the grit or clutter of its neighboring city. Sorry, I had to take a hit of my vape.
That's all right.
The bell above the door jingled when Doris walked in. Beth waved from a table in the back corner, and Doris gestured towards the counter before ordering a vanilla cappuccino and a strawberry cheesecake muffin. She went to the table, Beth standing and giving Doris a tight hug. You've grown so much. When I got your call, I jumped at the chance to talk to you. Please sit. Doris did, setting her backpack on the floor. How are the boys? Doris asked as she set up her usual interviewing spread. Her recorder, a notepad, a pen. A barista said, oh my god, why can't I
You got this. You got this.
The barista sat her drink and muffin on the table. Set. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doris gave them a quick thank you before taking a sip. Ben is a senior at Cedar High. Blue? Right?
Bo.
What the fuck
Yeah.
was I thinking? Bo is a freshman. Hubby is still working at the substation. And you know what I've been up to? Since you are here after all. And you know what I've been up to. Why the fuck am I reading? She wrung her hands and said this, anxiety creeping into her body language. Do you want to wait and talk about things in a little bit? We can just sit and catch up. Doris softened for a second. The chase of the story dulled, but by her concern, whatever. I'm sorry, I can't fucking read.
You were doing so good.
The woman had...
Would you like me to try to do a little bit so you can maybe get back into it?
Yeah,
do you need a break?
Yeah, the white and the white text and the black background is like blurring together.
Okay. The woman had been kind to her, filling in see, I've messed up, for her parents long before Umbrella had taken over their lives. No, sweetheart, I gotta pick the boys up at 3:30 before my shift. Just let me get my thoughts collected. She closed her eyes and rubbed at the sides of her neck before straightening up in her seat. She gave a little nod of approval. Doris hit the record button and set set it in the middle of the table. Do you consent to me recording you? I'll use only as notes and I will remove your name from your account of events related to my article. Yes, I do. Where would you like me to start? She asked nervously. From the top works, Doris replied with a small chuckle. Right, okay. So this all started in the spring, mid-May, I think. I was working at the gas station like normal, but the hikers we normally get in the area were complaining about closed trails and even police presence in the mountains. This was right before the first talk of any deaths in the area. She paused, taking a sip of her drink. I thought nothing of it. There's a lot of dangers in the forests and mountains that people seem to forget. So I went along my normal routine, which brings me to what brought you here. We got two German shepherds, Charlie and Annabelle. If you know, you know. Um, maybe 3 years ago. The boys wanted dogs, and we thought it would teach them responsibility. She let out a laugh, loud but not obnoxious. So you mean you wanted two more things on your plate? Doris quipped. Bingo. But they truly are part of the family. Anyways, I walk them in the trails behind the house twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. Before recently, I never thought twice about walking them at night, but now, she trailed off. Please take your time. It's only, Doris checked her watch, 1:45. The woman relaxed a little. One night, I got off a little early. We had an unusually slow night, and I was eager to get home anyways. I got home, got the dogs ready for a walk, and headed out around maybe 8:30. The dogs were fine until we were about a quarter of a mile down the trail. They started to whine, really anxious, tails and ears down. Doris shifted in her seat. The events were lining up with the discovery of the family. She had covered the discoveries of the deceased over the month of May. Were you one of the witnesses? Doris's usual excitement was shadowed by a rush of dread. Beth nodded before continuing. I found one of the hikers, and I saw a pack of dogs. She closed her eyes and let out a shuddery breath. I ran as soon as I knew what I was seeing. Luckily, they never caught on to me and my dogs. I automatically went home and called the police. But you were not listed in any reports. I promise you I reported it. A special unit came out, STARS. I dealt with an Albert Wesker. And
Mhm.
then, not even a day later, Arklay mountain trails were closed to all foot and vehicle traffic. Doris wasn't shocked by that last news. It was well known. However, the look on Beth's face concerned her. Is there anything else you want to tell me, even off the record? Doris pointed to the still running recorder. I'm only telling you this as a friend. I don't want this to cause a panic if I'm overreacting. Would you mind turning the recorder off, please? Doris nodded and pressed the stop button. I'm good friends with one of the local doctors here in Cedar. Their office is right by the. I put RC, guys. It says RC. It's just shorthand. It's Raccoon City. Limits. They have mentioned a strange influx of some sort of unknown illness. Enough people that the clinic was booked straight for 2 weeks. I couldn't get Bo in for his school vaccinations. I had to go into Raccoon City. Doris was stockpiling the info subconsciously. She took a sip of her now cold cappuccino. Mind you, not enough time is gone for this to be cold. Um, Beth was relaxing into her seat, seemingly getting a weight off her chest. Doris dug through her backpack and grabbed a business card, her own business card, and handed it to Beth. My work, home, and cell numbers are on there as well as my email. I have your number from when we reconnected. I promise to inform you of any developments I have from the info you gave me. I can't thank you enough for your time, Miss Brown. Or is it is it Mrs. Mrs. Right? No, Miss
Miss, yeah.
Mrs. Married. Mrs. Miss is unmarried. Mrs. is married,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Mrs. Brown. Okay. The woman laughed. You can call me Beth, dear. And how about I walk you to the station? It's a beautiful day, and this took a lot less time than I thought. You know what? I would like that. Doris gathered her things and they headed out into the crisp fall day again. There was something so off putting about the pleasant weather and company and what information had just been placed on her lap. It wasn't until she headed back to Raccoon City, the entire subway car to herself now, that the dread got overwhelming. She felt the panic rise in her chest, tears stinging the corner of her eyes. I was right. Things are worse than we thought. She wiped at her eyes angrily, forcing herself to breathe in slow, even breaths. By the time she arrived back, hopping on her bike and pedaling hard towards the newspaper office, she was back to normal, the panic pushed down and away. She was in her zone now, and nothing would stop her from following this until the very end. Steele, you're late, Morton said as she exited the stairwell into the office space. I warned you before I left. Besides, I got some new information. Can you find me anything on stars? She asked as she went to her desk and booted it back up. Those elite guys investigating up in the mountains, he asked, crossing the room to meet her. Doris dug through her backpack and grabbed the tape recorder, waving it towards him subtly. God, not this word. Specifically in Albert Wesker. Remember, we knew the total, no, the final total of victims throughout the summer was 20, but there was only 19 reports, so we figured someone had found two different cases. No, my interviewee today was the 20th, and the only difference seems to be the involvement of stars. Forget I said anything about being late. He checked his watch and his face dropped. Doris, you have to get going. You're going to be late for class. Doris paused for a moment, her brain trying to catch up with what he had just said. I can miss class. It's just an elective class. Besides, it's not like I have perfect attendance. This is more urgent. She didn't like the edge in her own voice. She set her glasses on the desk, and rubbed her eyes, trying to regain her composure. Doris, you need to transcript the interview, right? I want you to do it at home. I can't do that. She was cut off, Morton's hand raised in a waiting gesture. Your dedication is inspiring, and I know you got something big, but it can wait till morning. And if it absolutely can't, if it has to be ran ASAP, you can bring it to Davis on night crew, and I will tell him to push it to the evening edition. Sound fair? Doris nodded, annoyed, but feeling jittery from adrenaline. I'll even stop and get some food at the bar. Good enough? He nodded, a smug smirk on his face. Doris gathered her things and headed downstairs. The sun was. You're gonna make me read all this, aren't you?
Yeah. You're doing so good. You're doing better than I
The sun was high in the sky, beaming down from a crystal clear sky. Something in her gut made her stop in her tracks. She stood next to her bike, staring towards the rest of downtown and out towards uptown, and she got that sick feeling in her stomach. Something was very wrong here, she thought, before hopping on her bike and heading uptown. The bar was crowded into a strip of businesses, just like everything else. The bar was somehow managed to be cozy in a small town kind of way, though. I added things to that to make it sound good.
am.
She parked her bike against the front window and headed inside. Hey, Doris, you're here earlier than normal. Still want your usual? The bartender Scott shouted from across the small space. Doris gave a silent nod and sat in her favorite spot, the seat closest to the window. She shrugged off her backpack and sighed. The day's events were starting to settle into her bones. She dug into her backpack, grabbing the tape recorder, headphones, and a pen and small legal pad, and started to transcript the recording. She was dozing in and out, unable to focus, when she heard the clink of a glass bottle on the bar top, jolting her. Excuse me. You doing all right? You're looking a little rough. No offense. Scott asked as he sat down a basket of fries. Doris chuckled. It's been a long few days, is all. I didn't plan out my work and school schedules very well. I'll be fine. She took a swig of her pop. This is the Midwest, bitch. Don't forget. They have they have clarified that Raccoon City was in the Midwest several times. We calling it pop. Anyways, setting it down a little too hard. Scott reached over and ruffled her hair. Don't overwork yourself. You're only 18. There's plenty of years to do that. He left her alone then, disappearing behind the bar. The conversation seemed much shorter in hindsight. The details were still as chilling. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to try to get into the evening edition, but other than the stars angle, there wasn't much new information. And until she could get a confirmation about that interaction taking place, she was stuck until Morton got back with her. The realization dawned on her as she finished off her fries and pop that she had a whole lot of free time before she met Rita at their favorite spot that night. And even though every fiber in her being said to keep digging, to find more, her growing headache and increasing yawning told her she needed rest, which sadly meant going home. She said her goodbyes to Scott, promising not to be a stranger. She rode her bike east past the high school and middle school until she saw the peak of the university's clock tower on the horizon. She turned off of Good and coasted to her house, a craftsman in varying shades of gray. She left her bike in the carport, entering through the utility room. It often occurred to her that the house still looked staged to sell. No personal belongings in any shared spaces, nothing out of place. Sterile, she thought as she continued through the house to her room. She booted up her computer, almost on autopilot, before dropping off her backpack and launching herself onto the bed. That, for some reason, is so funny to me. Just Supermaning onto the bed. She landed with a little bounce and tossed her glasses on the bed frame before almost instantly falling asleep, the day finally catching up to her. She woke up hours later, the sun low on the horizon, painting the sky soft yellows and oranges. She put her glasses on and checked the alarm clock. 7:45. She paused for a second, listening for any signs of her parents being home, but there was nothing but the whirling of her computer's fan. She went to her desk, deciding to transcript the interview before heading to see Rita around 10. The rhythm of typing lulled the ball of anxiety that was forming in her chest. She finished typing after about an hour, sending it to her work email and gathering her backpack and heading out. She got on her bike and headed down Raccoon Street towards the Raccoon Park. There was one thing that
You
Doris
got
loved
this.
about There was one thing that Doris loved about Raccoon City over Cedar, something that had stolen her heart since her first night 8 years before, the way the city transformed at night. During the day, it really felt like an average, if a little cramped, Midwestern city, but at night it became a dizzying maze of lights and sound. Day life in Raccoon City was average, mundane, but nightlife felt almost magical. She rode past the St. Michael's Clock Tower and the General Hospital till she reached the park. She propped her bike against the entrance gate and went to her favorite spot, a small alcove on the second level overseeing the entire plaza. The night was crisp, making Doris glad she had chose to wear her jean jacket despite the warmer weather earlier in the day. She heard the gate creak open, saw Rita with paper food bags and two plastic cups cradled in her arms. Doris met her halfway, taking the paper bags that smelled like the inside of a roadside diner, which in Doris was heaven. They settled down on the concrete, pulling burgers and fries out of the bags and sipping on their shakes. Doris leaned against the wall, taking a sip from her dark chocolate shake with extra whipped cream, exactly how she liked it. Which, yes, is my shake order. Thank you for asking. Thanks for dinner. Doris sat waiting for Rita's reply, but she just sat across from her, eating and avoiding eye contact. It was then that Doris noticed how rough Rita looked. She felt a pang of guilt at how annoyed she had been. I haven't heard from you in a week. Where have you been? Again, more silence. Doris nibbled at her food, waiting for a response. Rita sighed, setting down her shake with a muffled thump. I went to visit Mom and Andy. It was his birthday last week. Her eyes stayed on the ground, her fingers twisting at the hem of her shirt. Bullshit. His birthday is the 3rd of June. Rita's head, eyes popped up. Head popped up in surprise. How the hell? You told me you had just gotten back from visiting them in Stoneville when we first met. Try again. Doris felt a spark of hurt in her chest. Why is she lying to me? Doris, just tell me what's going on. You didn't even tell me you quit nursing. I found out from my mother. I should have told you. I'm sorry. It's just. She took a deep breath and let it out slowly, her eyes darting around, anything to keep from meeting Doris's. I. Okay, you're gonna have to read hers
Okay.
because. Okay.
Okay. I know you've been digging around into all the weird shit that has been going on for months now. I don't know how much you know, but the situation is way more fucked than I could have ever guessed. And I'm telling you this because I love you and I need you to stop digging. Even better, I want you to get out of Raccoon City.
Doris felt her heart begin to race. Rita, you can't just come back after disappearing for a week, buy me dinner, and tell me to skip town and abandon my job. We both know it's more than a job for you. That's why I'm worried. You can walk away from a job. You have turned this county's issues into your entire life purpose. Doris got up from the ground, her face hot. At least I found something. Isn't that what you wanted for me? But this isn't safe. There are other stories to tell, other leads to chase. I'm not chasing a story. I'm finding the truth. No truth. This is angry, but I can't be yelling at almost 1 in the morning.
I can do it if you want to.
Okay, go.
No truth is worth Losing your life. Rita snapped, tears swelling up in her eyes. Doris froze. My life? What the hell is going on here? Why is she telling me? What isn't she telling me? I have to go, Rita stated before rushing out of the park. Doris didn't follow, but instead, in almost a trance, she gathered up the remains of their dinner into her backpack, tossed a remainder, oh my god, of the shakes in the trash, and hopped on her bike and headed back home.
She didn't feel the panic creep up until she got home, found the house as still as she had left it, new messages from both of her parents on the answering machines about overnight shifts. She called Beth, needing to tell someone. Tell them what? She chided herself as she heard one ring. Two rings. Hello? Doris? It's late. Is everything all right? Beth's voice cut through the haze. Hey, Beth. This sounds insane, I know, but is there anywhere you and the boys can stay? She was cut off by a small sigh. It's serious, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I don't know how serious, but I wouldn't feel right not giving you a heads up. Well, thank you, dear. Are you all right? Doris felt the tears sting at the corner of her eyes. I'm fine. Just stay safe, okay? She replied, trying to keep her voice steady. I'll keep you updated if I notice anything else. Take care of yourself, Doris. Beth said before hanging up. The minute she heard the click of the disconnect, sobs overtook Doris. Everything became too much. The quietness of the house was overwhelming, but now a steady increase of dread about what might be outside made her freeze in place. She eventually fell asleep, face buried in her pillow. She only stirred when she heard her pager go off. A page from Rita. Just three numbers. 143. The three numbers made her heart ache. 143. I love you. That's what in pager talk, guys. 143. That's I love you. Um, I looked up many article for that. Um, you have a hell of a way of showing it, she thought, before rolling over and getting her last few hours of sleep before she had to get up for work. Doris woke before her alarm, a knot of anxiety in her chest as she remembered the night before. Relax, you're okay. She played those words on repeat as she got ready for work. She threw some waters and snacks into her backpack, threw it onto her back, and headed into the garage to get her bike. The morning was crisp and picture perfect. The Arklay Mountains were just barely visible in the morning fog, and Doris once again found herself taking it all in. The route to work seemed to drag on, as if telling her to take her time today. That feeling made her stomach twist in knots. There was one stop before going into work, and that was a stop at the gas station across the street from the office. Usually, she got Morton a coffee and some sort of pastry, a kickstart to their usual long weekend work stretches. The bell seemed a little too loud this morning, making Doris jump a little as she stepped inside. The coffee was always scalding hot. Doris nested the cup into a second empty cup before scouting out the pastries and grabbing a glazed raspberry Bismarck and headed to the register. Hey, Doris, it's that time already, huh? The cashier commented as he rung up the items and told her the usual total. Yep, gotta keep the boss happy, she said with a small chuckle. He should be treating you. You've been cranking out those articles. Just doing my job. See you around. Doris took her goods and walked her bike across the street, which seemed slightly busier than normal. She locked her bike up in the alley and headed inside and up the stairs to the second floor. Doris went straight to Morton's office, knocking once before walking in. Morton was on the phone, holding up a finger before she could say a word. Doris leaned against the door frame, waiting impatiently. Morton rolled his eyes at her before ending his call. Has anyone told you you're impatient? He questioned, taking the coffee and Bismarck from her. Once or twice. So you have anything for me? Stars, Albert Wesker? Anything? Someone had caffeine this morning. Morton snorted before continuing. Well, as far as Stars goes, it's been disbanded. Two members are still local, Brad Vickers and Jill Valentine, but I didn't have luck locating them. All other members, including this Albert Wesker, there isn't much to go on other than their names. Whereabouts? Completely unknown. He let out a sigh. So basically, I got nothing. Doris let out a little chuckle. Firstly, I'm naturally this nutty without caffeine, thank you very much. And secondly, I have names. I've done wonders with way less. Thanks, Morton. I'll send my article to you when I get to my desk. Maybe I'll make the afternoon edition. She left his office, went to her desk, and got to work. I have to pee really bad. Okay,
Do you
I
want
will
me
be
to
right back, guys.
continue?
Yeah. Yeah, continue.
Okay, okay,
All
okay.
right. Boys.
It was a little after noon when Doris's office phone rang. She paused for her work, slipping off her headphones and answered the phone. She was cut off by Rita's voice at the other end. "You're killing me, kiddo." Did you really expect me to drop everything and skip town? Doris tried to keep the frustration and hurt out of her voice. No, I don't know what I expected. Why don't you just meet me at Jack's tonight? We can talk. My usual time? Our usual spot? Doris bargains. The other line quiet. Jax, I'll see you tonight. The call ended, and Doris slammed down the receiver. Her frustration boiling over, she tossed her glasses onto the desk and buried her head into her hands, struggling to remain calm. Why can't she just be upfront with me? Well, the journalist instinct probably doesn't help. She probably thinks anything she told me would go straight into the paper, which she isn't necessarily wrong. A knock on her office wall broke her train of thought. "What's up, Morton?" Uh, I just wanted to let you know, I forgot to mention that Star's office is still in RPD. If anyone there is to answer questions, however, is a different story. I know our staff and Chief Irons are not exactly friends, but I know that Lieutenant Bernag Branaga, I don't know why I couldn't will speak to you. That's awesome. I'll try to go over that way on my lunch break. Hi.
Hi.
How is Pete?
Also, Pete was great. I also don't know how to say his name correctly, and I've played Resident Evil 2, and I still can't say his last name right. I think it's Brennan, like,
what?
but spelled weird. I don't know.
I can see Brian, like
Brannon? Brannon.
Oh yeah,
Brannon.
I can see that now.
Brannon. Okay. Where are you?
I am on. I hope you mean after eating lunch.
After eating lunch. Okay. Do you want to continue?
No, you go. I like listening to you.
Yes, listen to the soothed tones of my voice.
It's so soothing.
It's not, but thank you.
No, it is. It's better than my stubborn ass.
Okay. Whew. All right, guys. Morton raised his eyebrows as Doris opened her desk drawer, revealing the mess of granola and protein bars and gas station bags of nuts and chips. You realize none of those things are a meal, right? Doris chuckled as she grabbed a bag of cashews and a water from her backpack before going back to her article. At least half a dozen police sirens broke the hum of normal traffic at about 2 p.m., right as Doris sent her article and was gathering her things to head to RPD on her half an hour lunch. What the hell is going on? She tried to gauge where the sirens were headed, knowing they were getting further away at least. She grabbed her press badge off the hook of her cubicle or in her cubicle. "Hey Morton, I'm going on lunch. Might be back late if I run across wherever the sirens went." Morton gave a little wave of acknowledgement. Doris went down the stairs, two at a time, which good for you, girl, but I could never. Eager to get the most out of her lunch, the few windows in the corridor showed another sunny day, but Doris felt incoming rain in her temples. She hopped on her bike, pedaling fast towards Ennerdale Street, the sound of sirens and what sounded like screams, Doris thought, as she zoomed past RPD and the small shops that lined the street to the crowded section of road that was bumper to bumper police cars. Doris hopped off her bike and rested it against the storefront before walking towards an officer who overlooked the scene. Doris watched EMS bring out stretchers, rushing to the ambulances that were scattered on the opposite end of the road, then the police cruiser. Doris caught a glimpse of someone being rushed away, their face a mess of red. Doris felt her stomach drop, but continued to walk towards the officer, pulling out her press badge. "Doris Steele, I'm with Rec and Press. What's going on here? Anything you can tell me?" The officer stared at her for what felt like a solid 30 seconds before responding. "Ma'am, this is an active scene. You can't be here." Doris took a step back, giving him an illusion of her backing down. "I get that. I'm just curious. I just live nearby. I wanted to make sure everything's all right." It's under control. You don't need to worry. Just stay clear of the scene until we close it. Gonna be a lot of traffic leaving, so be careful on that bike of yours, okay? Thank you, officer. I will be. Doris walked back to her bike and started heading towards Emma Street, taking a turn wide, slowing herself down as she headed down the slight downhill street. She turned right onto one of the residential streets, about 2 streets away from the backside of the stadium. Ugh. I don't know why I'm out of breath all of a sudden. Like, I don't think peeing took that much out of me, but apparently. All right. Whew. She slowly went around the corner and saw a wall of police cruisers, bumper to bumper, a makeshift blockade of sorts. Fewer EMS on this side, but way more police. Doris dug into the side pocket of her backpack, pulling out her tape recorder. Doris Steele, September 24th, 1998. She looked down at her watch. 2:20 p.m. I'm on the backside of Warren Stadium, observing a very large police presence and EMS presence. I personally heard a sound that was similar to a human scream as I approached the scene, but that cannot be confirmed by official means. Police are not talking, and due to the building being largely confined, I can't view anything from the street. She turned off the recorder, snuck one more look at the scene before heading back to the office, deciding to deal with RPD at a later time. Morton, I have no clue what's going on at Warren Stadium, but there's a huge police presence, Doris stated, walking into his office without even a knock. He was at his window, looking out over the city. Doris waited a beat before repeating herself. Again, he seemed lost in thought. She was about to say something when he seemed to snap back into reality. Sorry, I was daydreaming. Doris noticed he looked a little pale. You feeling all right, boss? He took a second before answering. Not really. Probably some bug going around the school. The wife or kid must have brought it home. Anyways, you couldn't get anyone to talk, huh? Okay, I'll read the next line, you read his line, okay? No, but it'll be easier once the EMS is cleared out from the scene.
Sorry, the dog's just got into my
That's
office.
okay.
Hi, baby. It's okay. They can see. Sorry.
You're all right.
There's EMS? Fuck!
Oh my god. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not sure if it was a mass casualty event or just a handful, but there's easily 30 plus police. Well, you're assigned to that case. You should be able to get someone to speak by Saturday morning. Until then, you finish your article for the day. Doris nodded. Punch out. Consider it a little extended day off, and I want you to actually take tomorrow off. I heard you on the phone yesterday. Sounds like your friend is back in town. Go hang out with her. You've done nothing but stellar work since the summer. I don't want you burning out. You must really feel like shit giving me all these compliments, but whatever you say, boss. I'll be out of your hair. I just gotta grab my backpack from my office. Good luck running this paper without me, she joked with a wave as she went to her office. Mind you, it's not an office, it's a cubicle, but whatever. She shut down her computer, taking the floppy drive with her work and shoving it in her bag. She was about to leave when she looked at the only picture on her desk, the first one she ever took of Rita and her. Hard to believe it was just under a year since they had met. The photo wasn't even that great. They both looked rough, dark circles and messy hair to match, but more important was the matching smiles that made it to their eyes, something that was missing in almost every photo from Doris's life. Something in her gut made her shove the photo into her backpack before heading downstairs to her bike. Her gut was in knots, an unknown dread spreading over her like a blanket. She rode home, the ride surprisingly quiet. Well, that sure wasn't helping, she thought, as she turned onto her street. The late day's sun cast long, dark shadows over her house, the breeze shifting them to and fro. Doris pressed the garage opening on her keys and coasted in and rested her bike against the wall. Slipping out of her shoes, she unlocked the house and went straight to her room. She wanted to nap before she went out to Jack's, but instead she went to her computer, inserting an empty floppy disk and booting up her computer. She watched the machine come to life and got to work. Every transcript, article, and evidence gathered since she started at Raccoon Press, on disk after disk until everything was transferred. She felt a knot of anxiety loosen, then tighten again when she put the storage case into her backpack. Her nap was a suspiciously deep sleep, the last few days catching up with her. She woke up as the sun began its steady descent, enough time to get changed, throw a few things into her backpack, and head out. What the hell is this feeling? She thought as she went through the house to the garage. It was that same feeling from earlier. She felt as if this was the last time she would see all of this. She shook it off, hopping on her bike and heading towards Jack's. Thursday nights were hit and miss when it came to how busy it was. Tonight was a solid crowd, though her favorite spot at the bar was free. You want your usual? Scott asked, setting down the drink napkin and roll of silverware. Sure, also Rita's usual. She's meeting me here. Very nice. I'll get that right up for you. It wasn't much after 7 when she heard the distinct sound of Rita's motorcycle. Hell yeah, she's a motorcycle person. Coming down the street. Scott came around with drinks, a dark cream soda and a glass bottle for Doris, a Mountain Jack for Rita. Does anyone here want to know what a Mountain Jack is?
What is a Mountain Jack?
It's Mountain Dew and Jack Daniels.
I figured.
It was Dad's favorite drink. When he drank, anyways. Okay. Rita came through the door a minute or two later, sitting next to Doris with a sigh. Hey, kiddo. Oh, shit. Okay, you have to help me with a nickname because I had 3 nicknames picked. So there's Hero, Angel, or GA, which stands for Guardian Angel, but you would just say GA.
I say GA. I think GA suits.
Okay. So, hey, kiddo, she said with a soft, tired smile. Hey, GA. I'm glad you came. It's been over a month since we've done this. I know. I'm sorry. You're here now. That's what matters, Doris said, giving Rita's shoulder a nudge. Rita broke out in a big smile and pulled Doris into a sideways hug. Miss Rita, how are we doing? It's been a while, Scott asked as he set their plates down in front of them. Doris's stomach had growled and she immediately started to eat her fries. I had some personal business to take care of in Stoneville. Good to be back, though. Doris watched Rita relax into her seat, hungrily eating her burger. Even with the itch to know exactly what Rita was hiding, Doris couldn't get herself to break the comfortable silence between them. Thinking we were going to close up early. Been a lot of weird shit going on. Rather get home before it's super late, Scott said as he cleared away the plates. Doris saw Rita's body language change in a millisecond. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Does RPD have business hours? I was supposed to talk to Lieutenant Brennan earlier, but whatever was going on at the stadium had the entire police force and then some. So I was going to go before I came here, but I overslept. Doris chuckled. I'm sure he's there or another officer, Scott mentioned as he started cleaning off the bar top. Will, the cook, came from behind the swinging kitchen doors and started gathering dishes. Doris heard the sound of the bar's doors opening, but thought nothing of it, helping clear off the bar top. It wasn't until she felt Rita's hand grasp her wrist. Doris, we need to get out of here. Yeah, I'm almost done. No, now, she said firmly, her grip tightening ever so slightly. Doris flinched. What's the hurry? She turned around. She asked, turning to see what Rita was seeing, and that made her freeze. She had seen the crime scene photos from the hikers, the family in the cabin in the forest, but this was too close, too fresh. She was frozen in place when she watched the cook's throat be torn open. Woo woo!
Lovely.
By a sickly-looking man. She was pulled out of her state by a strong yank on her arm that threw her off balance enough to snap back into reality. Doris, Rita, this way, Scott yelled, gesturing behind the bar and towards the kitchen. Rita tugged on her arm again, and Doris followed where she was being led, eyes unable to leave the growing scene as more things trickled into the bar. The liquor storage has a back exit. You parked around the back, right? Scott questioned Rita. She nodded, and bleh. Scott looked at Doris. Hey, you with us? Doris nodded absently. What was that? What's happening? She realized her voice was trembling. Everything felt fuzzy and out of focus, her breath coming in short, frantic gasps. She saw Scott grab a bat from behind a keg and hand it to Rita. You need to get out of here. That's all I got. Stop. Stop.
You did so much better than I could.
Ugh, I highly
It's
doubt it.
so good.
So that's her origin. Do you want to know sort of what's supposed to happen?
Yes.
So unfortunately, Scott doesn't make it very much longer. Unfortunately. Um Also Morton, if you haven't caught on, is infected.
Yeah.
Um and Doris is going to see the light in his office on, and want to go investigate, and let's just say has to put him out of his misery. And it gets a little dicey. I'm going to be honest. I haven't figured out how they get separated or why they get separated, but they're going to get separated RPD. Doris is going to end up in the RPD with Leon, Sherry, and Claire,
Mm-hmm.
and Rita is going to end up on the outside dealing with Jill and Carlos,
Lovely.
Nikolai, Nemesis, all that good jazz. And they eventually will meet up towards the end of what would be, if you said Jill's scenario, because Doris will be up until, excuse me, the last Birkin fight, basically in the sub car
Mhm.
that's leading away from Raccoon City. She leaves that. She leaves that for Leon and Claire, and well, frankly, Sherry's just standing, but leaves it for them to deal with, because she can't leave Raccoon City without Rita.
Yeah.
So that's where they end up. I still haven't. I did have this, and it was left over from that. Do you remember the parasite zombie story?
Yes. Sorry, Yanni. Yes.
You're okay. Well, if you recall, I had this very like traumatizing, dramatic, like final speech between Violet and Bailey's parents, and Violet specifically.
Yes.
Um, I was gonna have that happen with Doris and her father, because I had the feeling of her father basically being the one that did care, but kind of realized it too late,
Yeah.
and kind of having like some sort of either like a key card or some shit, something Resident Evil to tie it in. Um, but I don't know if it really matters, because either way, um, her story doesn't really change much. Her parents didn't give a shit when they were alive, and even if her father did at the last moment, like, that's either going to be more trauma for her or more anger, frankly.
It's probably gonna be both, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Um, but yeah. Um, that's what's supposed to end up, at least for that story. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's so much that can be written, man. Um, I've only gotten into the first day of the Raccoon City incident.
Yeah.
There's 7 more days. There was 8 days total from
Lordy.
start to finish. Yes. Um, let's see, really fast, because the events we're on the 24th of September. Let's see. So the 24th is, we still have to have the Apple Inn catches fire due to a boiler malfunction.
Mm-hmm.
A bomb is detonated on Main Street by police to try to quell the hordes. It doesn't go well. And Brennan actually reports a number of thefts because he's oblivious in RPD and is just
Living his
there's a
own
bunch
life right
there's a
now.
bunch of thefts going around Raccoon City that he's trying to investigate. And
Like, both
then
matter.
yeah, he doesn't know they don't matter yet. Poor guy. And then the next day, this is literally only the second day, the US Army barricades the roads going in and out of Arklay County, from all transmissions, all communication, all transportation. Patients flood Spencer Memorial Hospital, and basically overwhelm the hospital with undead.
Mm-hmm.
And the local tabloid, reports about the grisly murders, um, for a third time since the beginning of September. And that's only the first 2 days.
Jesus Christ.
Jill has not entered the picture other than being in her apartment being watched by Umbrella. Leon and Claire will not show up for another, I think, 5 days. So I either have to play a good, like, oh, someone got knocked out for like 3 days, or it's gonna be a really long, long story.
That might be your best bet, honestly.
Yeah, or hiding away in RPD. Because I did have an idea that Doris goes to the press room and tries to basically be the whistleblower for the whole shit and caboodle. And that obviously doesn't go well.
Yeah.
But yeah. I feel embarrassed because I hate sharing my
No,
work.
it's
I get very embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed.
So this Doris, I will say, is a lot. I will say she is softer than later alliterations. Um, she's still a snarky little bitch,
Yeah.
honestly. But she doesn't necessarily have the coldness that later alliterations of her have.
Mhm.
That comes with experience and trauma. Ask Leon Kennedy. He knows. Which the literal need in my body to find a way to have them interact in like even one of the movie situations just so she can call him out on his bullshit is like a deep craving I need.
You should do it. Hi,
Because
Bart.
here's the thing. Is she a bit of a hypocrite? Yes. Because he might be an alcoholic, but she also has had some issues. But she loves to throw stones at glass houses. It's kind of her thing. Um, but yeah. So that's the origin story of Doris Steele.
I'm so sorry. My cat is hitting my mic right now.
It's all right. Um, all right. So, guys, mostly because if I am forced to read anymore, I will literally kill myself. Because I hate. I love to read out loud. I hate to read my own things out loud.
Understandable.
I also love to be read to. So, you know.
Bartleby.
Let's see. Next week, guys, is next week is dance movie tier list.
Yes.
Do we have time to watch all these movies in a week with how shitty our life
No.
is go? No. We're going off pure memories and vibes, my
Yes.
friends. We're going off memories and vibes and maybe some synopses from Google. And then we have for the month we have our behind, which has not been determined, but honestly, depending on circumstances, it would just be nice to actually have an open vent, no topic, just vent our hearts out.
Just us
Maybe
raw.
just try to make some solutions.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Un-F Your Life videos on TikTok, and I feel like that's what I need to do with my own life. And then we have Amy's birthday month in
Yes.
August. Yay!
Birthday month.
Birthday month. We have tarot cards for
Mhm.
our first. Then we have gameplay, which is Phasmophobia, correct?
Yes.
Phasmophobia. I gotta like get playing it enough that I can figure it out.
Dude, they added
Cause
so much shit. I'm gonna be learning as well.
yeah, Cody was trying to help. He's playing it pretty often with Caesar. They're also playing some kind of like crook game, like where you play like bank robbers or some shit. It sounded fun, but
ATV
anyways.
Reloaded.
Maybe.
I like
I
that
don't know.
game.
But then it's IRL cosplay.
Yes, I still need to buy my stuff.
And then we have closing out the month, Amy's behind for her 31st
It's literally the day
birthday.
before my birthday.
It is. It is. And then we go into September, which the next video would, of course, be the wrap up for her birthday.
Yes.
And then the one that I think we need to actually be kind of trying to brainstorm now so we can make it very big and grand is we're going to redo our video game episode.
Yes.
I do like I want us to do it like we do our videos now. If you rewatch or watch for the first time our first few videos, we did have a format where it was kind of like a questionnaire and we would do like a Q&A, which isn't very personable, and I like the way we do things now, but I would like to sort of kind of keep categories for that
Yeah, we can do that.
because like video games are more than just games. They're also works of art.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to appreciate art style and music and
Mhm.
storylines and game mechanics. I want to appreciate it all. So,
Be prepared to listen to me talk about Nier because I just replayed it.
prepare for me to just talk about Silent Hill, surprisingly, because with the Resident, oh my god, Silent Hill 2 remake getting more hype. I have been listening specifically to the soundtracks a lot and just chef's kiss. Like just chef's kiss. I can't even describe how much I love those soundtracks. Um So yeah, guys, there's a lot of exciting things coming up. Also, I saw we had a 32nd subscriber as of tonight.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome,
We're
welcome.
calling you out specifically.
Calling you out specifically. Do you remember with our first YouTube channel what we called our viewers?
No.
We called them nerdlings.
Oh my god, we did, didn't we?
We did.
That's
We need to
cute.
come up maybe we should keep it.
Nerdlings?
Nerdlings.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's keep it.
Little nerdlings. Little darlings.
Also, I'm probably gonna make us a Twitch channel. So come hang out with us while we stream.
Yes, yes.
Killing
Yes.
two birds with one stone for her.
Yep. Two birds.
I'm just helping her get these fucking bucket list items done before me.
She just doesn't want me to go through torture of having to show my face for an entire month. So she can kill her voice box and not be able to talk at work. It's a win-win.
It's fine. If they say ask anything, I'll just like, I am sick. I'll just start coughing at them.
Just I'm sick.
Oh no, my mic isn't working. Oh
Oh
no.
no. Alrighty, guys. I hope you enjoyed my grating voice for however long that was.
I know I did. Thank you,
Um,
Reaper, for submitting your
yes, thank you,
story.
Reaper. Thank you, Reaper. Continue writing. Continue writing. For sure. And as always, guys, I am Firefly, aka Autumn.
I am Moxie, aka Amy.
And as always, guys, be safe out there. It's a crazy ass world.
I don't have anything clever here to say, so I'm just gonna stop recording now. Okay, bye.